Hello. My name is Alex, and I've decided I am going to stop giving in to perfectionism and needing everything to be in an exact, perfect way before I actually take an action or do something. I'm so over it and done. And I finally decided I wanted to start recording meditations and recording just audios of me talking about stuff, things that come to mind, because I love sending voice memos. If you're one of my friends, you know that you get like mini podcasts of like 10 plus minutes. And at the end, I'm like, oh, sorry. And I just love it. It's such a good way to verbally process. Anyways, I just was ready to go, about to start recording this, and my little brother got home and started playing piano. And for a quick second, I was like, okay, well, that sucks. I guess I got to do this another time. And yeah, it's got to be perfect, the first thing I upload. And then I was like, you know what? This is actually a part of me deciding that I'm moving forward in a new way. And I'm choosing to move forward in a way where I don't need to have everything perfect. I don't need to have everything laid out in an exact way. And I get to just be authentic and be myself with my flaws, with things being imperfect, with little brother piano sounds in the background. And that is okay. So, this is a reminder for myself. And maybe if you even need to hear it, just start, just do something, regardless of whether it's exactly how you wanted it to turn out or exactly how you wanted it to be or not. Because the best thing that we can do is just get ourselves to do it, do the action, whatever it is. And I know for myself, I have felt so much imposter syndrome and so much anxiety and fears and fear of judgment and fear of being seen and all of these different things before I actually start something, and so much procrastination before I start anything that I've had my vision on, my mind on, my heart on. And I'm so done with that, because the only person it's harming is myself. When I am not taking steps forward, I'm keeping myself stuck and stagnant. And that is way more painful than that fear of just taking that little leap, which feels like a big leap. And that's totally fine too, for it to feel like a big leap. So, what I've noticed is when I feel that fear, what I used to do is I would avoid it. I would scroll on my phone for a long time, or I would go and eat sweets. That was my little thing. I'd go and eat. But now, and of course, all of these habits and distractions that I used to use and coping mechanisms, absolutely, they will still show up time and time again. But now I feel like I've found more awareness of it, of like, oh, there it is. It's wanting to take control again. And now when I feel this fear, I'm like, okay, I have awareness that it's there. And instead of distracting myself and trying to push it away, I am going to be with it. I'm just going to acknowledge it and say, hey, okay, I see you. Yeah, this is uncomfortable. I know. This isn't a sign that I don't take the action or I don't do the thing. This is a sign that I am reaching my comfort zone, the edge of my comfort zone. And it's time for me to just like be with this fear and emotion so that I can allow myself to move to this next chapter and phase and version of myself that I'm ready for. Because if there wasn't fear attached to it, then it wouldn't. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if there's fear attached to it, it's for a reason. And potentially there's something even better on the other side of that fear. Almost always is, actually always is what I've noticed. Because a lot of times we're trying to figure it out from logic of like what we need to do and how we need to get to the next step. But if we just listen to our body, to our intuition, a lot of times it'll lead us into a direction of what we need to do. And the fear is what gets in the way of getting to that next intuitive step. So if we can regulate and be with the fears. Maybe journaling it all out helps me a lot, like full brain dump moment of just letting it be seen of what those fears even are in the first place. And then from that level of awareness and separation of like, oh, okay, this isn't reality. This isn't my absolute truth. This is just something that I have had in my brain for a long time, in my thoughts, like things that have kind of controlled the narrative in my life. And now it's being shown and brought to light for a reason, because it's ready to be released. It's ready to move into this next chapter, this next phase where we see it more clearly. So yeah, journaling helps a ton. Doing a voice memo, literally like this, but on your voice memos app, no one needs to see it. You can delete it right after if you want to, but the process of speaking it out loud and verbally processing is so helpful, because you see it from a third like point of view. And as you say stuff out loud, you will realize things you didn't even know you believed about yourself, about the world, just all these limiting beliefs that keep us stuck, and our inner critic in our mind will continue on repeat if we don't give it a chance to be seen and be witnessed. So that's super helpful. Or even a video recording if you're comfortable with that. And again, you can put these in a private album, you can delete them, whatever you want. Another thing that really helps me is movement. Moving that energy. A lot of times, our nervous system, and especially anxious energy, wants mobilization, which is a fancy word in nervous system talk for movement. Like something that gets that cycle to come to completion through movement, whether that's like tapping on the chest and helping it move in that way, whether it's doing a somatic shake, so getting up and just kind of like shaking your whole body, or one of my personal favorites, throw on a song. Literally one song will do the trick. Longer works too, but even just one song, put it on, put some headphones on, put a speaker on, nice vibe, nice lighting, and just dance in a way that even if you're uncomfortable with dancing, if you're in a safe environment, no one can see you, even just a little gentle sway does wonders. And then you'll start to notice that your body will maybe want to move in other ways. And just having that intuitive movement is your way of being with the anxiety, with that stagnant energy or that restless energy, and gives it a place to move. And you can really connect with yourself, connect with your body through this process of intuitive movement. And even just listening to music and seeing how it wants to move through you. It's a really, really cool practice that has, oh my gosh, I'm getting chills, like has shifted and changed so much for me in terms of my relationship with my body, my relationship with my own inner wisdom, my intuition, my anxiety. In the past, I experienced anxiety very frequently, and not just a little bit here and there, on the daily, very extremely, like to the point that it was hard for me to function and do day-to-day things. And now, because of doing these types of things and overall just shifting my lifestyle to be more aware of my emotions and mindfulness and more present with this whole area that I was completely avoiding, I have been able to shift this in such a different way. And now I see my anxiety as, I mean, of course, it's still uncomfortable. Like, I'm not going to say anxiety is comfortable, but I see I'm not claiming my anxiety. I see the anxiety that I experience, the passing emotion of anxiety, as not something that's part of my identity anymore. And now I see it as something like, okay, what wants to move through me, because it actually has a lot of wisdom towards my fears. It's just trying to keep me safe. And now I can honor it in a different way instead of before. When I would feel the anxiety, I would feel guilt and shame for even feeling it and judge myself, judge the anxiety. Why is this here? Try to push it away. And that just made it worse and worse and repressed and build. It wasn't doing what I thought it would do. And so now, yeah, it's just really a different relationship. And I'm able to move with it and take next aligned steps through and with what the anxiety is trying to tell me. I think I've said that a few times, so I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I just, that has shifted so much for me. Anyways, this is a quick little tidbit of the day, and I just literally had no idea what I was going to talk about. I just kind of let it rip, let it come out. So this is my first ever recording, and I'm excited to do more of this on my Substack. I feel like it's a fun, cute, safe environment to just let yourself talk about whatever is coming up for you and to just allow myself to express myself. I think for so long, I have really just kind of stuffed all of this expression and creativity down, again because of that perfectionism and anxiety that I was talking about before. And now this is the year, I just turned 25. So this is the year where I'm going to allow myself to let it free, let that expression run and roam freely with joy, with childlike wonder. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm already feeling lit up in my chest, and I'm so excited to connect with more people and to let myself be authentic without the fear of being seen, without the fear of judgment, without all of these different limiting beliefs and anxieties that used to run my life, of this perfectionist, procrastination, anxiety loop. We are done with that. We are closing this chapter, and we're ready to move into this next chapter of just letting ourselves rip. So, here we go. It's also a new moon tonight. So that's fun. Anyways, I am so excited to continue this conversation and let myself do this more. So thank you to whoever listened. And if I'm in a place where, I don't know, I'm just realizing if nobody ends up listening to this, I'm realizing that I'm also okay with that, because it's more about the process of allowing my voice to finally shine and speak freely. So that's kind of a cool little thought and realization. But if you did listen, thank you. I love you. You got this. I got this. And I'll see you soon. Bye.